birth me. Look at her, she's a bridge, and on her bridge I'll take a shit. Fuck it up.
I'm TheBridge.
Hello everybody, I'm TheBridge, and this is my first time uploading a video to my channel. Recently, Melanie Martinez had a global streaming performance of Can't Wait Till I Get Out of K through 12, and I had the opportunity to see that, as well as go to a meet and greet afterwards. So I thought it would be a perfect opportunity to show my meet and greet and explain some of my time with her, because that was really awesome. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me. So essentially I got to talk to her for 10 minutes, and it was probably one of the best 10 minutes of my life. So I'll play the video, cut in between to share a little bit of facts, and here we go.
I'm so happy to meet you. I love you so much.
Oh, I love you too. I love your hair. It looks awesome. It's so cool.
I appreciate that. I would not be who I am today if it were not for you. And I just wanted you to know that. I know I don't have time to worry because it's a lot. And it was crazy how this whole thing happened too, because I was supposed to see you in June as well, but I got canceled, of course. I was going to be right by the stage. I was heartbroken. And then I was telling my boyfriend, I just need something to keep me going. I'm so sad. And then the next couple days, you posted the live stream, and I'm like, oh, more? And then I saw the meet and greets, and I was like, if this is meant to happen, and if I'm meant to talk to her, please let it happen. And the funny thing is that at first it didn't, because the Spotify code, and I don't use Spotify. So it was sold out at first, even though it was before the pre-sale, and I ranted about it on my Instagram. And wherever Giselle is on this chat, she's on the same one as us. She was very kind, complete and total stranger to me, and she messaged me giving me another code, and she's the reason I can meet you today.
Oh my god, that's so amazing.
I'm very grateful.
That is so incredible. I'm so happy that I get to talk to you today. That's amazing. And it definitely was meant to be. Absolutely.
Okay, so basically, as you saw from there, it was an uphill battle. I almost didn't even get the video to work for a moment. I started out on my phone, and once it got to be my turn, I could not see nor hear Melanie at all. I was afraid I was going to get kicked off of my my entry into the chat, because it said that you couldn't stream on more than one device, but we did have to switch over to the computer, and unfortunately when we did the screen recording, my mic was muted, so I did have to dub over some other audio that was sent to me with my video, so that's why you can see some of it kind of cuts out. But yes, so I initially heard about the sale of the tickets, and I learned that there was a pre-sale through Spotify, but I didn't have Spotify, so I didn't know about it till later. By the time I found out, the tickets were already sold out, even though it wasn't even the day of sale yet. It was a Monday. They went on sale on a Wednesday. So I was absolutely devastated. I was heartbroken. And then the next day, like I said on my video with Mel, I had a very sweet girl who was in the group with us. She reached out to me, messaged me, and gave me a different code. So that was the reason that I was able to do that, was simply from a kind gesture from a complete stranger. And no one's ever been that kind to me before, so that was amazing.
Yes, for sure. Yes.
Do you have a question for Mel?
Yes. So, I feel very spiritual as well, very spiritually inclined person. Number 13, death, is my personality tarot card, in fact. And I just don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with myself. So I guess my question is, when you're like stuck spiritually, how do you find things that you're drawn to? Like, how do you find inspiration?
I think like with spirituality, it's like a constant like changing and evolving thing for me. Like every day is so different, but I feel like the things that really bring me peace and that make me feel like the most safe and like secure within myself is really just like to any time that I get alone, that I'm like in my room by myself, and just like even just like playing some sort of like, you know, like a frequency or something off YouTube or something on my phone, and just like saging my room and like talking to my ancestors or my spirit guides or whoever is on the other side that's protecting me, you know. I think it's really important that, like, you know, if you are more spiritually inclined, like to connect with the people who are there supporting you. Like you have this whole support system that even though you can't see them, they're there, and they're there to guide you and help you. So for me, I have a really hard time with trusting my intuition. Like, I feel like I've always had this like really difficult time like hearing my inner, you know, my higher self, as they say. Like, I don't know why, like I've just always had this weird thing where I've always like consulted like psychics or tarot card readers or whatever for things that I feel like I should have just known on my own, but I always needed that extra guidance. And I think only recently, like in the last few months, um, I've been feeling more confident about my intuition and following my intuition. I think that's only because I've been reaching out to my ancestors, like physically, like speaking it out into like in my room, being like, if you can hear me right now, like with tears in my eyes, just like, if you can hear me right now, like, you know, just please understand, like, this is how I feel. Like I really need guidance on this, or I really need to understand why this is this way. And eventually, you know, I'll find the answer somehow in a random situation, or, you know, it could be just like random synchronicities, and then I end up looking it up and I'm like, whoa, that's exactly what I needed to hear. But yeah, like I think it's hard because, you know, spirituality, it's really just about trust, and like trusting that like you're meant, you know, to be on your correct path, and that no matter what, you will be on your correct path if you just continue to like push yourself to be the best version of yourself that you can. If you're doing the best that you can do every night, then that's everything, you know. Like, have a check-in with yourself every night and be like, did I do the best that I could today? And if you did, the answer is usually yes, you know? So, I don't know, I guess, yeah, I feel you though.
Okay, so essentially what drew me to Mel in the first place was how spiritual of a person she is. I've always been a spiritual person as well from a very young age, 11, 12, when I first came into that. And there hasn't really been any other role models that I have taken to like Melanie. She has a lot of commonalities that I seem to have too, and they are, it's just so crazy that they happen to be the same. Like, I love tarot. I identify as an eclectic witch. I love astrology, numerology, like she was saying. I've been paying a lot of attention to the numbers. She loves the number 222. It's her lucky number. I see that number all the time as well. She mentioned the Death tarot card being her favorite. That one is also one of my favorites, the Death and the Lovers. And it's actually my personality card. I'll do another video sometime later on tarot cards and explaining personality cards and whatnot, so that makes a little bit more sense. But I just thought that was super exciting, and I love to be able to just talk and connect with her. And I have a very hard time being alone, and so since she's been able to learn that, I need to be able to learn, like, I can't depend on others all the time for my happiness. So I think it was nice to be able to hear that same thing coming from one of the people that I look up to the most.
On that, I struggle with like, you know, following my intuition and whatnot, and knowing what's best for me. But I think everything that's meant to be will be the way it's supposed to be. Even the challenging stuff, you know, like even obstacles and challenges, I feel like lead us in the right direction, because we learn and we grow from those. And otherwise, if we had no challenges in life and no obstacles, then we would have no story. We would have nothing that made us unique to ourselves, and we wouldn't be as grown as, you know, as we are now. I mean, think about if you didn't go through the things that you went through in your life, do you think that you would be the same person now? Probably not. You know?
And that one cut real deep too, because she's absolutely right. 2020, and like you'll hear me say here shortly, was the hardest year ever, and it was for so many other people around me. I know that was a commonality for so many throughout the world. So again, just to hear that reflected from her just makes me feel not alone. It's a great big comfort.
You know, it's amazing, like the amount of stuff that we overcome as humans, and how far we can get. So be proud of yourself and be patient with yourself, and know that you are on track. You are on the right track. So yeah. Do you have any other questions?
Wow, this year has just been easily the hardest year of my life. Like I can't even put into words how much it's been. So it's really nice to be able to hear that and to be able to see, because I do see physical signs that, like, if you have the right intention, good things will come back. So that is proving to be true. There's just so many spiritual things that I feel like we have in common that I've noticed through your art, like through the tarot and the astrology, and I don't know, all of it. Like, test me, I'm mortal. Reach the ears is supposed to reach. Hello, yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Oh yes, her lyrics. Some of her lyrics are literally phenomenal. Listen to Field Trip. That song, that's where She's Your Bridge comes from. She's your bridge, I'm your bridge. Well, I am the bridge, Miss Bridgie right here. Yes, ma'am.
It's just amazing. This is
Oh, I'm so. I'm I'm in awe. I'm so happy that we get to speak. I want to talk to you for hours. This is like.
yes.
That absolutely killed me. I love that. I've always just wanted to be able to get her attention. Oh yes, because I knew we'd connect so well. She feels like a kindred spirit, like a soul sister or something. I don't know how else to describe it, but I'd give anything to talk to her again, talk to her some more.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always told myself if I could just get her attention and if I could just talk to her a moment, oh please. So that's just incredible. I guess what was a life changing or life shattering event?
I mean, there's so many examples in my life, honestly. Like, but I think also when you're more critical of yourself, like, there's so many things that I think about that I'm like, even just like, honestly, for me, relationships is like a huge thing. Like, friendships, like just dealing with like, you know, toxic people, letting go of people, like understanding that like everyone has like a time and place in your life, and you don't need to hold on to them forever just because you think that that's who you're supposed to be with, whether it be like anything, relationships, especially for me. Like, this year has been trying. Like, I am just like,
Oh yeah, the relationships part. Let me tell ya. Crybaby, you're all on your own and you lost all your friends. That's me in 2020. It's for the best, but let me tell you, it's lonely. It sucks.
I dealt with so much heartbreak this year, and it has transformed me into a stronger person. And I think earlier in the year, I was really uncomfortable with being alone. Like, I had a really difficult time with just sitting in my own thoughts and just being by myself. Like, I always had to be around friends or talking to someone all the time. And now I like love being alone. Like, I just thrive when I'm by myself and there's no one talking to me and I don't have to do anything or say anything to anyone. And I'm just
She's
completely
such a
by
Taurus.
myself. So that, I think, is a huge change and shift that I've noticed within myself. But I think it wouldn't have happened if I didn't deal with the amount of heartbreak that I went through, because it propelled me into understanding my worth, my value, what I bring into relationships, and the amount of care and nurturing qualities that I have towards people, and empathy, these things that you don't realize because you're so like in it and you're just constantly giving and giving and giving, and you're like, oh shit, why are my needs not met? And it's like, oh, because I'm not even caring about my needs. I'm only caring about, giving and giving and giving and whatever. So
Yeah, the giving and giving and giving, to this day I struggle. Like, I don't know what to do on a daily basis because I'm so used to doing favors for others. It's almost like, since I don't have anyone to do favors for, well, what do I do with myself? What do I do with my time? I'm not really used to this whole new dynamic of people not depending upon me. So just another echo that was so comforting.
I think, yeah, like, it's just, I think everything in life, anything that brings you emotion or some sort of obstacle is always going to propel you to be better in some
video
way.
is a little, as you can see, a little
Yeah.
spotty. We did the best we could, though. Oh, and I guess here's some of the muted out audio, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're definitely not alone. I'm pretty sure all of us on this chat have gone through.
Yeah, so that just seemed to be me echoing not being alone and whatnot. Y'all know.
Something super emotional this year that has made us who we are today, and we're going to continue to go through shit. That's the craziest part, is like, it's not over yet, but it's really cool that we, like you're right, it is true. Like, even just speaking with you and speaking with everybody today, it's like, it's a huge deal to be able to have conversations about all of this, and to be able to actually realize that there are other people dealing with it too, and that it's not just you, because I think it could be so isolating and so difficult to just, when you feel like it's just you're the only person that's like going through so much, but know that you're not alone, and that you have people who love you and support you and care for you, and I'm one of them. So I love
Thank
you.
you.
It was really nice meeting you. I'm so happy that we got to speak today, and keep going. Always. I got you. I got you. I love you.
And that was about it for my meet and greet with her. It was absolutely phenomenal. She's one of the most sweetest, down to earth people. Like, it couldn't have gone better, I don't think. I mean, I almost had a heart attack when my video didn't work at first, but we got that fixed out the best that we could. You know, I started on social media pretty late in the game. I'm 20 now. I didn't start it till last year when I was 19. I got my first Instagram account on October 1st, and the reason I remember that is because I got it on the day that I saw her in concert. Purpose for that was to hope that I could post some stuff, maybe get a hold of her, maybe get her to like or respond to a comment or something. And here I am, just a little bit after, a year after, and I have gotten to meet her, and I thought that that was absolutely incredible. So I just wanted to share my experience with you guys. I absolutely loved it. Hopefully you guys like this too. I will start posting more onto this channel. If you guys like this video, let me know. Send me some comments with suggestions, whether you liked or disliked it. Either way, anything is cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Come and watch again. Thank you.